Minister, should the Prime Minister resign as leader of your party?
Welcome to Sunday's video. First of all, let's just say that this is going to be in three parts. We're going to look at Vasi destroying the Liberals in an interview, and then we're going to move on to some Liberals crying on X about the major, well, it is quite a historic loss in St. Paul's in Toronto, a really usually totally red region, totally red, usually always just Liberal there. And then we'll move on to your awesome comments. But before we go on, look, we've got some stickers. Got the t-shirts, but if you don't want to buy a t-shirt, we've got the stickers. And what we're going to do, because we're just starting this off, we've started a sticker pack, right? For all them stickers, which are roughly 3 or 4 inches big, $5. Yeah. If you want a sheet of stickers, just go to Crafty Customs, and hopefully he's put them on there. That's my son. Hopefully he's put them on there, and you can order a sheet of stickers and just put them everywhere. Stick them on your neighbour's car. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Get me into trouble. Okay, let's carry on. Let's start with Vasi destroying the Liberals in this interview. I saw this on Marty Up North. I think he may have edited it and clipped it out, but I wanted to share it here. So thanks to Marty Up North for posting this on X. Let's have a watch of this, guys, and just sit back, have a coffee, and let's wake up to some Liberal being schooled by Vasi.
Hi, Minister. Good to see you again. Thank you so much for making the time.
Thanks for having me, Vassy.
Minister, should the Prime Minister resign as leader of your party?
No.
Why not? I take your point. It was close. It was 500 votes, but it's a 24-point swing from the last election. And by the way, Carolyn Bennett won on 9 of them in a row. Deputy Prime Minister yesterday, in advance of the votes being cast, said essentially that the Canadians in that riding had a choice between the Liberals and the alternative, which she characterized as cold, cruel, and small.
Because the alternative is really cold and cruel and small.
Why would your government label opponents of it like that?
Well, I'm not going to speak for the Deputy Prime Minister.
Can you understand how Canadians might find that disingenuous? Yesterday, your government is calling people who supported somebody else cold, cruel, and small, and today you want to engage and listen to them. Do you understand how that might fall on deaf ears?
You don't have the best interests of Canada in mind. I mean,
then why is your party calling them cold, cruel, and small?
But this is where I think it's important for us to reflect on some of those lessons.
To be clear, you don't believe people who voted for the Conservatives in this election are cold, cruel, or small?
No, I do not believe that. I believe that Canadians make decisions based on, the best information that they have, and I genuinely believe that every Canadian is making a decision because they believe that they're doing it in the best interests of Canada. They just have a different idea of how to get there.
Let's crack on with Liberal tears. And I go on X a lot. If you want to see a lot of stuff that the Liberals are crying about or want to push, what they've done, and even the Liberal government themselves have owned up to the fact that they pay people to post on X and post on social media, right? So you got to think that these people are possibly paid to do this. So let's have a look. There's a lot of mess on X at the moment, a lot of fallout from the by-election in St. Paul's in Toronto. So let's start off with Canada Proud, who are not paid by the Liberals.
Failed Liberal Party candidate and former top Freeland aide Leslie Church, who led the party to defeat in Toronto St. Paul's for the first time in over 3 decades, says she will run again in the next election.
Yeah, they're so blind to everything, aren't they, Liberals? I just can't believe it. Like Trudeau saying that he's gonna continue and try and work harder for Canadians.
This was obviously not the result we wanted. These are not easy times, and it's clear that I and my entire Liberal team have much more work to do.
I just hope that doesn't mean tax harder and give more money away. I really do. So let's get on with the tears. Mary White said,
"There is a lot of blame being assigned to the Liberals for their loss in Toronto by-election. Some of this may be deserved, but from where I sit, I see no criticism of the blatant lying done daily by this in the CPC, misleading the public and their refusal to meet public head-on.
Poilievre has actually been to Trudeau wouldn't come out to the trucker protest, would he? Poilievre's actually been and driven to the AXA tax protests, and he's actually stood and talked with people. So to say misleading the public and their refusal to meet public head on, no, that's absolute BS. That's just a blatant lie. Cynthia said,
I wonder what Poilievre will do should he become RPM. When he axes the taxes and no one else in the world will do business with us as a result. He never mentions that, does he?
I mean, she's got a lovely little rainbow flag there. Oh, and we've got Ukrainian, and oh, we got a tree. There's a tree because remember, Canada is carbon neutral easily because of the trees. But don't tell Gilbo that, because he'll be out of a job. Anyway, yeah, about that. The companies coming here wanting to pay extra capital gains tax. I don't think they really want to be doing that, do they? Bill Rice said,
I'm relieved that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is committed to staying on as leader. The LPC has let the PM down with little investment in communication to celebrate the government's successes or to counter the Conservative lies. The poor election showing is on the Liberal Party candidates, not the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Don't tell me he's not worth fighting for.
Oh my God. These people are really brainwashed, aren't they? These people live in Canada. I really don't get that. Anne said,
if Prime Minister Trudeau is 20 points behind in the polls and is sure to lose the next election, why are Conservatives, with the generous help of the media, trying so hard to convince you he needs to resign?
Actually, I'm not convinced he should resign. I think he should stay and run the whole ship down to the bottom of the ocean. That's what I think. And I've seen this a few times that the paid for liberal social media people, I keep saying that social media, mainstream media, are supporting the Conservatives. He's never been like that. It's all of a sudden one win in the middle of a sea of red, and people are turning. Imagine what it's going to be like when they lose the election. Imagine how bad that's going to be. Eh? He's going to be like what CNN did. CNN became the anti-Trump channel, basically, when Trump won. And that's all they did every single day. I must admit, I used to watch CNN years ago until Trump won the election, or was even running for the last election that he won in, whenever that was. And yeah, since then, it's every single thing on there is just anti-Trump. And you can imagine that every single thing that Liberals going to post when Poilievre wins the next election is going to be anti-Poilievre this, anti-Poilievre that. And then Dale said,
Dale Thompson, my 2 cents on the state of federal politics in Canada right now. It's become very clear, especially since last night, that 2025 is a anyone but Trudeau election. How do the Liberals change that? Start shutting down every swear word, Conservative lie and mistruths with actual facts.
There's so much to unpack there. The Liberal lies are like making people pay a tax changes the weather. Yeah, let's just start with that one. There's only a small amount of people going to pay capital gains tax. Yeah, yeah. So I talked to the nurse next door, and she will have to pay it. She's not the minority, small amount of people. So there's 2 lies. 2 lies straight away before we even move on to every other lie. It's no surprise that the RCMP have got 7 investigations going against the Liberal government. So where's the lies coming from? Are there any investigations against the Conservatives at the moment? No, I don't see any. Do you? Do you see any? No. Let's face it, there was only one story to have a look at last week, and it was, St. Paul's and Toronto voting Conservative. Well, there was another story as well.
The total initiative relative to what we can do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
But let's not cover that here.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence.
And just a couple of things before we get right into the comments. Happy Canada Day, everybody, for tomorrow. And what I was thinking, Pride is just about to end. Yeah, we've had a whole month of Pride, but why don't we have a July Pride as well? Yeah, well, before you switch off, I mean, proud to be Canadian. Keep up your Canadian flags all month for Pride, July Pride. Proud to be Canadian. None of this what they're teaching in schools about being embarrassed about being Canadian because we're all come from other countries and everything. No, be proud to be a Canadian citizen in the month of July. Leave your flags up. Paint crosswalks with Canadian flags on them even. Yeah. Anything to do with Canada and being Canadian should be celebrated in July and have a whole month for celebrating Canadianshipness. Now, there's a word. Okay. Anyway, let's get on. Vote Liberal or else. Did Freeland just threaten Canadians?
Really cold and cruel and small.
Yeah, yeah. What is she thinking about? Lynn said,
I just lost a stronghold in Toronto, St. Paul. Woohoo!
Got 300 likes on that, Lynn, and a load of comments. Awesome comment. Yeah, they did. So I posted this just before the election, as people noticed. And it went out on the election day, which was good timing because everybody was like, bomb, 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 St. Paul's have won. And yeah, I really enjoyed reading all your comments about that, guys. That was a lot of fun.
Lynn said, I turned her off yesterday when she started attacking Conservative. She is a whack job.
She is definitely a little bit wacko, eh? Speaker's Corner.
Canadians know she doesn't work for us.
I almost said Speaker's Corner. Thanks, Speakers. Jenny Smith said,
Sorry, Freeland, your polls are tanking and Canadians are done with the Liberal government. Oh, for your information, Canadians are ready for an election. Time to call one now.
Yeah, Trudeau was saying, wasn't he, that he doesn't think that Canadians are in election mode. Looks like they are in election mode and they're ready to vote Trudeau down the road. Tony said,
Thanks to her comments, Canadians dislike her more, if that's even possible.
I didn't think it would be, I didn't think it could be possible. And never in a million years could I think that was possible. But yeah, she's done the impossible, which isn't saving Canada. It's doing herself and the Canadians and the country of Canada a disservice. Mike said,
Freeland is a traitor. How dare you label most Canadians as evil? You are so unprofessional. Only thing you deserve is jail time.
I'm not sure we could even get to there with them. Steve says,
Nothing like the Deputy Minister inciting division amongst Canadians. The level of cynicism and delusion is off the charts.
Bob said,
People in Canada are suffering. Productivity is down, investment is down, and Trudeau and the Liberals are focused on increasing capital gains taxes and carbon taxes that do nothing but increase the harm.
Yeah, but what we've all realised that it is a redistribution of wealth. So they take taxes off people who can afford to do stuff, people who can afford to put gas in their cars, people who have second homes that they've invested in and spent years paying off loans and everything for. All that money then they're wanting to distribute to people who don't have that advantage, and also fill their own coffers so they can, well, they want to get voted back in again, don't they? So they've got to give away money. They've got to just keep giving away. I don't know what the big giveaway is going to be after this St. Paul's screw up. I really don't. Film to Sound said,
Cruel, cold and small, just like the Witch of the East brain.
Ted said,
Wow, the Conservatives train has left the station and is heading to Ottawa, and a landslide victory. Well done, St. Paul.
Yeah, a lot of people really congratulating St. Paul. Reality, common sense. Bring common sense to Toronto. Whoa Cookie said,
Talking food, just look at Justin's little gaggles aeroplane food bill for a 6-day trip. Austerity definitely isn't in their vocabulary. Tax dollars are like daddy's trust fund to them.
Yeah, it's $220,000 for aeroplane food. Who can spend that amount of money? Who's charging? Who's the company? Who's charging that amount of money? Randall says,
Congratulations, St. Paul. Your fellow Canadians applaud you. Thank you.
see what I mean? Loads of people are behind St. Paul. Brian Russell said,
Let me be clear. Trudeau and Freeland need to go. Call an election, Trudeau.
loads of people want elections. Loads of peoples. Susan said,
You're priceless. Freeland can stick it where the sun doesn't shine. Liberals have broke Canada and they make me sick. So happy Conservatives won St. Paul riding.
Thanks, Susan. These Slick Shady said,
Cold, cruel and small. Sounds like she is talking about the WEF and her superiors.
I think, Slick and everyone else, I think that that's where she's going to end up going. She's going to end up going and working for the WEF. I think that's going to be her plan. And we'll finish off with Raina,
Who said, I'm writing this today, but you won't see it until tomorrow. Or I'm writing this yesterday and you'll see this tomorrow. Yesterday the Liberals thought they were a sure win, but today the Conservatives know they are a win. Believe it or not, you have played a small part in this. Dedicated channels like yours have spread the word, and look at the results today. Keep up your stuff. It's entertaining and informative. Thanks for that.
Well, thanks a lot, Raina. That's a really nice comment, and I really appreciate that. Anyway, have a great Canada Day, everyone. Happy Canada Month, Canada Day month. July Pride, Canada Pride. Till next time.